Tell us another story. Yeah, a story.
A shiny story.
No. I think today we'll do something a little different.
Well, actually,
None of that. We're going to do a craft, okay?
Hi, everybody. It's Kit from the Tualatin Public Library, and today we're going to try a bit of an experiment. I saw this cool thing that can happen when you combine nail polish and water and black paper. So I thought we'd give it a try today. Let's get started.
All right, to do this experiment, I actually got two different types of paper. This is a textured cardstock paper, and then this over here is just some smooth cardstock black paper. And then there's the clear nail polish. I just got the cheapest I could find. And a bowl full of water. I'm not sure if temperature makes a difference. This is a bowl full of room temperature water. And let's begin with the experiment. First, we're going to paint each of the types of paper just with plain old nail polish before we do the other experiment. So just give it a little of a baseline as to what it would look like normally once the nail polish is dried. Um, and so we start with the smooth there, and we're putting it on the textured next. And once we're done with that, we'll just set it aside to dry. All right, and then we will continue on to the fun part. All right, so this is what we're going to do now. We are going to get our nail polish, and what we're going to do is we are going to drip a little bit on top of the water. I went and poured just a little bit. And then we're going to take our paper and we're going to dip it in the water and pull it back out. And this is supposed to leave a film of the clear nail polish on there, which will look a little bit like an oil slick with rainbows on it once it's dried. What's kind of fun is because this water is at room temp, this stuff dries almost immediately, and you see it's kind of gooey and fun. That in itself might be just kind of fun to play around with and see what you can do with it. But anyway, we've got our texture paper we put in, and now we're dripping some more, and we're going to put our smooth paper in. And when we let those dry, we'll see if we get that kind of rainbowy effect that you get like when you see oil on a water puddle. And you can see this stuff again, and I have to play with it again because it's just too much fun. And there we go. And now we'll just set it off to those to dry, and we'll look back. Here we go. Here's the painted nail polish. It's smooth. Yeah, it's just shiny. I don't see any rainbows. And the painted nail polish and the texture paper. You get some really pretty crevices, but it's still just shiny. And we got it on the smooth paper. You can see a little bit on the edges. One side shinier than the other, but there's not as much rainbowing as I would like. Um, let's see what it does on the texture paper. And here comes the textured paper. And you can actually see on the very edges some really great rainbows, especially up towards the top. And then I tried to do it on some painted pottery. I was just curious to see if we could do this as a glazing technique. So here's the before, and then here is what it looks like after. And it's prettily glazed. That's kind of nice. Not a lot of rainbowing effect. I think there is one spot in particular, if you look, that got some really pretty effects. So I think this might be a matter of technique. But there you go. It's kind of pretty when it does happen.
Well, that was an interesting experiment. It seems like it is possible. It just might take a little more technique and a little more time to learn that technique. Can result in some really beautiful things, though. So keep trying and keep experimenting. This is Kit from the Tualatin Public Library.
Wasn't that a fun experiment? It was so pretty.
yeah, it was shiny.
Could you try not to be so creepy?
What do
What do
you
you
mean?
mean? Oh, never mind.